Welcome to Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max. We have a special guest here in the building here tonight, upcoming R&B singer from Dallas.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Alana. I go by LonaB. That's my stage name, and I'm from Dallas, Texas.
That's right, LonaB. How are you doing? How's your
I'm
night
doing
going?
good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I saw that you were on live the other night with Hitmaka. How was that?
It was good. Very exciting. Very, good for the opportunity.
You got some work on the way with Hitmaka potentially?
I'm gonna speak it into existence. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, shout out to L Nice for connecting us. And I checked out your music. I checked it out last night. I thought it was real R&B, but you came up in the church, so I'm not surprised. And that's where you got your start because your father was a preacher.
Yeah. I grew up in the church. That's why I really started singing it. But I always had a love for R&B. Like everybody always knew that I had a love for R&B. So I would say I connected more with R&B. Just because I really thought I was Alicia Keys back in the day. I thought I was Alicia Keys. So that's when I started writing. And I just been writing ever since, and just R&B is my love, honestly.
Mhm. Tell me about your life of growing up in Dallas. How was it? How was your experience?
Dallas is the realest. You
Yeah.
feel me? Dallas is the realest. I feel like it helped me with learning all genres of music because Dallas really got all genres of music. More of the hip hop side, but it helps with me writing because I don't want to just write R&B for myself. I like pop. I like everything. So I would say it helped me with all styles of music and combining it into one.
That's great. What would you say was your introduction as a listener to the R&B genre?
My introduction, honestly, my introduction was Jasmine Sullivan and India Ari and Fantasia. Those were the three cleaning music of the house. So every time it was time to clean, we would listen to India Ari, Fantasia, and Jasmine Sullivan. So I would say those are my introductions, and I just fed from there.
Mhm. So you started at the church at a young age. When did you recognize, or even your father recognize, that you had real potential at becoming an artist and a singer?
I think everybody knew at a young age. It was really up to me to put out my music whenever I wanted to. And I feel like when the time that I did put out my music was the beginning of 2000, the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. I feel like it was just the right time for me to show people who I was, because I try to show people who I am through the music. So I would say everybody knew at a young age. They was waiting on me. That was all it was.
If you don't mind me asking, just so we can follow your journey along here, how old are you right now?
I'm 25.
You're 25. So you've been pursuing this through your whole life, a career in music. Is that right?
I would say, yeah, I would just say my whole life. It was just, I had the songs for a long time. It was just me putting it out.
Mhm. What are some of the hurdles that you've been facing so far? Because now I feel as though you're finally breaking through. You're finally starting to get that recognition. People are opening up to you and wanting to work with you and giving you some praise and what you got as far as your talent goes. So, what are some of the obstacles you've been facing so far throughout your journey?
Um, what are some of the obstacles? Now let me think. I guess just people respecting me for like the things that I want to do in music, and not put me in a box, because I don't want to. I love R&B, but I don't want to just be put in an R&B box, if that makes sense. I want to venture out eventually and things like that and create all styles of music. So really that box yeah, I'm not really a fan of the box. I'm not, because my creative process is everywhere. It's not normal in a sense. So it's really the box is the hurdle that I have to get over.
I think you're going to as well because you're seeing the people that are reaching out and recognizing you right now. I think you want to reach for that Rihanna path. I think that's something that you're looking to do. Am I correct on that? That's something.
For sure. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you mentioned pop before, and Rihanna, because she has great vocals. Some people categorize her as an R&B singer, even though she's been pop for her whole life, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really entertainment purposes. Like I love to sing, but I also like to entertain. So I would just say not putting me in just a singer's aspect, but an entertainer aspect.
Mhm. And as far as the other lane in the entertainment aspect, you're also in the acting, the golden voices. When did you develop the passion for acting?
Woo, you did your study. Okay. Acting, I feel like I've always been like a weirdo in a sense. So I've always like, if I was watching a movie, I was gonna be that movie after I watched that movie. Like Stump the Yard used to be the one I used to think that I was Stump the Yard after the Stump the Yard went out. But I feel like I've always been into acting. That was my first acting role. It was through one of my schools. So they asked me to sing for it, and that was one of my first ones. But I'm gonna get more into that. But I love acting.
That's great. And I'm glad that you found a passion in that lane as well. So are you currently going to any acting schools, or you have an agent?
Not currently. I've did some venture off in some acting stuff, but not really as far as like classes. So I'm gonna have to venture off into more acting classes. I just have to find the one that's for me as far as like the styles that I want to go through with acting, and that's gonna challenge me. Number one.
Mhm. When did you start making connections such as L Nice and people in the industry, and navigating through and getting out there more?
I would say L Nice. He hit me up on Instagram. That's what happened. And I can't even remember how like we really connected. He was just a cool dude. He was calling every day to the point I was like, no, this dude really want to help. Like I could tell it was genuine. He wasn't, it wasn't nothing like that was like really for him. He was just trying to figure out how he could help me. So I would feel like that connection, yeah, really, really was a guy connection. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
The most important, would you say that he's the most important connection so far you made throughout your journey?
Yeah, as far as genuine as well too.
Mhm. Yeah, genuine is the most important in this business, because there's a lot of people that you can't trust them. And it's always great to find the right person, because if someone believes in you and then you believe in yourself, it's that teamwork that makes the dream work.
Yeah. So yeah, he a cool dude for sure.
Walk me through the creative process of talking through the pen, because that's what all artists do, and I feel as though that you have a message here of your own. So walk me through the message of what you're feeling, as though how you're talking to us through your pen.
I feel like my whole reason for doing as far as writing is to bring the connection back to R&B. As far as we have people that do bring that connection, but when we used to sing them songs and it was like, even if you wasn't hurt, you feel like you was. So I was like, I wanted to bring that back. So with talking through the pen, my creative process was really telling my story, which it wasn't at the beginning telling my story, but it actually ended up being that. But telling my story of the things that I've been through, because everything that's in there I've been through, things that I've been through, and not only that, we're just showing people you can still be vulnerable and through R&B, and be honest, because people can tell fake when it's something is fake or not. So I would say just being honest with that through my story, because I got a lot of stories, but through my story.
Who
I
would you
got a lot
say?
of stories. Mm-mm.
How do you feel about the current state of R&B today? Do you feel as though it's getting better as time goes on? Because I know a few years ago, all the R&B artists did was rely on auto tune.
I feel like it's getting better. I feel like it's still not where it's supposed, like where it used to be, I should say. I feel like it's getting better though. It's just more people have to get R&B people, R&B singers and entertainers the opportunity to, because that's not really the niche right now. But I mean, the niche ain't what we're looking for. We're looking to make a niche. It's not, you know.
Mhm.
So
How you
yeah.
feel about all the streams that you're receiving online through the apps and media, as well as YouTube, because you've garnered a lot of hits on there?
Thank you. I feel like with the streaming, like at first, because I'm really bad with marketing. So seeing it go up and seeing people support, it's just exciting, number one. And it's just telling me that I'm doing the right thing. And that, I have more work to do at the end of the day, but it's telling me that I'm on the right path to do, to being where I want to be in the industry and in my career.
We're only in March, but Hitmaker's already recognized you. You got some announcements coming on the way. I'm sure you're already working on an album. What are your next steps?
I'm gonna put out a single soon. Don't really know which one yet, but I'm going to put out a single soon, whichever one I feel like is what I want to tell at the time. But really a single, and just really more content as far as getting into more, like you said, acting, getting into more opening up for people, and just really building my fan base to be so just really building my fan base, honestly. Because I have one, but it's growing. So I have to try to stick to that and keep building it along the way.
And your fan base is authentic, because if you look at the comments, the people are really supporting you, and that's going to be your diehards, no matter if you're sticking to being independent or even when you're major. Are you looking to be major, signed to a major label, or you just want to develop that following to the point where you can carry on independently and gain that income, and where you could just keep going on for years and years to come, where you're your own household name?
I feel like eventually I'll sign. I want to stay independent for, as far as long as I can, but I feel like eventually I will sign. I would say not at the moment. I'm gonna see where it goes as far as, eventually I will sign, but I'm gonna just see where it goes. But my fans, they true supporters. I give them. They are true supporters.
For
I
sure.
give.
Like I said before, they definitely are. Those are your ride or dies right there, the ones who are following you. And for acting, if you get your next role, what would you want it to be? And would you want it to be in a movie or a TV series?
Ooh, Power.
Power.
That is my show. I will do something in Power. Just something in Power. I don't even know why. I just feel like I could be the drug dealer that don't nobody knows the drug dealer. That's what I feel like. I feel like I could be a really good drug dealer, honestly.
That's tough. I'm sure that there's going to be some auditions for the near future for Power. You could look into that and possibly land a role. I know 50 was pulling out of his deal. I was reading online of his marketing and who he was distributing the show with. I think that's Stars, if I'm correct.
Yeah, is he trying to get his own?
Yeah, I think he's trying to get it on some other network and platform. I was reading that online before.
He really just needs to get his own platform. He got a lot of shows for where he could get his own platform, honestly.
He does. He really doesn't need any major. He's his own empire, if you think about it.
Yeah, I would give him that. Like he always got something wrong. I'm like, oh, okay, Tommy on now. So I'm watching Tommy now.
What would you say is your favorite R&B artist or even group from the Dallas area or even Texas? Because Texas has a rich history of R&B with H-Town and High Five.
Um, I would say my favorite R&B artist from Texas. I would say Jamie Foxx because he's from Terrell, but it's still Texas. But I would say Jamie Foxx, honestly. So
That's a great choice.
I would say I would give Jamie Foxx my favorite artist from Texas.
It was amazing watching him make the song Slow Jams with Kanye West. You saw the Genius documentary.
Yes, I did. Now that because I wanted to really see that and I want to see Gold Digger. I just wanted to see how they created that in the process. But Kanye West. The man is just cold. I gotta give him his flowers. He is cold. He is cold for no reason.
He is. He's one of the greatest out here, even though people do have their disagreements with him as well as I do sometimes. But, you got to recognize the talents that that guy has. And, a lot of people relate to him in the documentary right now because everyone had to start out at that point at some time when they're just trying to get through that door. And then even if people don't recognize it, the main thing was that this is Kanye West and he went through these troubles starting early on and he didn't quit no matter what it was, the car accident, Jay-Z still not giving him his release date. Yeah, it was amazing to watch to see how his journey unfolded.
It was inspiring. Again, it was inspiring.
Do you have any other upcoming performances on the way?
I perform in Dallas sometimes. But I'm working on some other like bigger things to try to get out there. Like I said, build my fan base more. So I would say I'm working on some stuff, but we're gonna get some stuff out there and we're gonna pop out. We're gonna pop out. We're gonna pop out for y'all. We're gonna pop out.
For sure. I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight. Is there anything else you want to let your fans know, the audience know, anything else?
Y'all be tuned in on social media. Y'all follow me on TikTok at LonaB too. So y'all follow me on TikTok. Now I'm getting better at TikTok. So I'm gonna be a TikToker soon. But follow me on TikTok and just stay tuned with the content and just keep supporting me along this journey and just watch the journey with me.
That's right. Follow you on Instagram at I am LonaB. And Twitter, I believe it's your full name.
Yes, Alana Bennett 3.
That's right. Make sure they follow you there. LonaB, is that it? Everything else? That's pretty much it you have to announce here, right?
Yes, and just be ready for some content soon.
That's right. We'll stay tuned. Shout out to L Nice for setting us up and connecting us. You're always welcome on the show. I look forward to everything that you achieve in the future. You're always welcome on the show, and I'm hoping that thing pans out with Hitmaka. We got to get that record going, and I saw he went live with Fat Joe as well, so let's hope some magic happens there.
Thank you. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen for sure. Yeah. We got to speak it into existence.
Yes, and thank you guys for having me as well, too.
Of course, anytime. Enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe, all right?
You too, and y'all be safe, too.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.